I gave my stepmom the perfect Mother's Day gift, then watched her face as she realized what it meant. Mother's Day has always been complicated in our house. My dad, Tom, remarried when I was 15, and his new wife, Linda, tried hard to fit in, but always came across as off. She's nice enough in public, but at home, she has this way of turning every situation into a subtle competition. I never called her mom. She didn't really ask, but I think she expected it anyway. This year, I decided I would participate in Mother's Day for appearances. My younger sister, Sophie, was already planning a big handmade card and flowers, and Dad wanted to do something nice too. I wanted to give something, but I also wanted it to be memorable. I spent a few days thinking about it, and then the idea came to me. It wasn't extravagant or expensive, just the perfect combination of subtle humor and personal truth. I found a small, elegant jewelry box, and inside, instead of the usual trinket, I placed a note I had written. The note said, "To the woman who married my dad and tried her best to mother me." This gift comes with a small reminder. Motherhood is more than titles. Love is earned, not claimed. I folded it neatly, slipped it inside, and wrapped the box with a ribbon. I told myself it was fair. Linda had never really been a mother to me, but she liked to act like she had a place in that role. The gift was honest without being cruel. On Mother's Day morning, I handed her the box. Her face lit up as she untied the ribbon, assuming it was the usual jewelry or scented candle or some fancy nonsense she liked. She opened it, pulled out the note, and started to read. At first, she smiled politely, but as she got to the last line, her expression changed. Her lips pressed together, her eyes flickered between the note and me, and for a moment she just stared. I could feel the weight of the silence in the room. Dad was beaming, completely unaware of the undertones, and Sophie was bouncing beside her chair, impatient to see the gift opened. Linda's hands trembled slightly as she folded the note back into the box. Her smile was tight now, the kind that didn't reach her eyes. She said, "Well, that's thoughtful," in the most forced tone I've ever heard. I leaned back and sipped my coffee, pretending not to notice the tension. I didn't need to say anything. The gift spoke for itself. She had always tried to position herself as my second mom, but the truth was obvious to everyone in the room. And now, it was impossible for her to ignore. Later that day, she kept her distance, hovering around the kitchen, cleaning up but refusing to engage much with me. I caught her looking at the jewelry box a few times, like she was reconsidering what it meant. She didn't say a word, and neither did I. Dad, oblivious, kept complimenting how sweet the gift was, and Sophie kept asking when she could open her own gifts. I just smiled quietly, sipping my coffee, feeling a strange mix of satisfaction and relief. No shouting, no arguments, just the perfect quiet moment where the truth was clear. By the afternoon, Linda had mostly disappeared into her room, leaving Dad and Sophie to fuss over flowers and cards. I glanced at the jewelry box sitting on the counter and smiled. The note wasn't mean-spirited, it wasn't cruel, it was a mirror, reflecting exactly what had always been there. That evening, after Dad and Sophie had gone to bed, I heard Linda in the kitchen. She didn't say anything, but she moved the box from the counter to the top shelf in the cabinet. Careful placement, as if she was storing it safely, but also acknowledging it. I knew she had read it, and I knew she knew. I didn't gloat, I didn't celebrate. I just felt a quiet sense of closure. Mother's Day had always been awkward, filled with expectations and comparisons, but this year was different. This year, she had to reckon with the reality. Motherhood isn't a title she could claim. The next morning, she didn't mention it, and neither did I. The box remained on the shelf, a little reminder of a truth she couldn't dismiss. It was, in my mind, the perfect gift. Later